Hey, folks. So, welcome back to another episode of the Knit State of Mind podcast. It's episode 38. It's been a little while. Don't ask us how long it's been.
We don't know.
We don't know. The seasons have changed.
Yeah.
And we're happy to be back. And we have some things to share with you. If
Mm.
you have been sticking around, we love you. Thank you. And if you're new, welcome. Welcome to our community. I'm Wanda.
And I'm Heather, and we are coming to you from up and down the West Coast.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. We used to live in the same city, but
Yeah.
Heather moved a little over a year ago now. So,
Yeah, a little over a year ago. So, spoiler alert, one of the things I'm going to share is my temperature blanket a little bit later.
yeah. Oh, yes. I've seen it, but we haven't shown it. You haven't shown
Yeah.
it on the podcast. Look at me trying
Yeah.
to take credit.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have two FOs and two whips, not too much. You probably have more.
I have a bunch of FOs, but it's like more, it's not really that glamorous because a lot of them were like almost finished before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll dive right in. So, I'm gonna kick off because you'll know why in a moment. So I have a surprise FO.
Ooh, I love a surprise FO.
I have I always do this. It's a throwback. It's a
Okay.
really old one. And do you want to guess? I can give you a really good clue.
Okay, give me a clue.
Okay. I just realized I have this. It's this yarn.
I don't know.
Okay. So anyway, the yarn I used is this is oh my god, it's so old. Onyx Fiber Arts.
Okay.
I don't even know if she's dyeing yarn anymore. And it's fingering the color Sophia.
Mhm.
Okay. Another clue.
Oh, no, I do know. If it's a That's why I was wondering why you were wearing a coat earlier.
Exactly.
It's not really that cold today, is it? It's the top by Christina Danaee, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I want to go first. You figured it out. So a little
I was actually gonna ask when we were getting set up, why were you wearing a coat? I was like, you know what? Everyone's doing their own style
I
today.
was really surprised that you didn't say anything. And I was like, we were having audio trouble, and I was like, I need to get this thing off. Anyway,
Oh.
now there's like a huge glare, huh?
Oh, there you go. That's good.
That's
Yeah.
better, right? Okay. So this is I started this in 2019. I saw my project page.
Mhm.
Started explaining a little bit. It's the Minaret by Christina Danaee. I fell in love with the top. If you know me by now, you know I like twisted stitches. But it had been sitting for a really well for 4 years. No, I
Yeah.
started in 2019. It's
Mhm.
2020.
Oh my gosh, it came out great though. It was worth the wait.
So this is it. Twisted ribs, and it has a not lace, cable pattern on the bottom and some bobbles. My bobbles could be better. But yeah, and I wasn't sure. You all know I wear autumnal colors, so
Mhm.
this rosy pink is different for me, but I actually like it.
Mhm. I like it. It's good for spring and summer.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Did you
what
make any modifications or changes to it?
I don't think I did. I'm like, what did I do? It's I use a size 6 needles, so it is pretty drapey. Um, there isn't much to say about
Mhm.
it.
Tell us what you did in 2019. I mean, who remembers what they did in 2019?
It was wild. I was like, I'm gonna pick this back up, and when I realized, I was like, this was 2019.
Mhm.
And it wasn't, it wasn't that difficult to finish. It didn't require that much work. So when the season started changing, and that happened to me the last couple of years, I said, oh, I'm going to have this done for this spring or this summer, and didn't make it happen.
Mhm.
So 2023 was the year.
Yeah. All right. I love it. Well, I have the reverse of you. I'm going to put something on
Okay.
because I was like, it's too I mean, it's not like hot today. It's 72 degrees or something, but it's too hot for this. So this is my zipper sweater, zipper pullover, zipper something by Petite Knit. And this was last time I showed this on the podcast was probably like December or January, and it was done except for the zipper hadn't been put in. So the zipper has now been put in, and it fits great. And I'm obsessed with this yarn, which has been discontinued. It's Berroco Pirouette, and I have been scouring the interwebs to try to find some place that still has it because I want to get it maybe in some other colors, but I need to just let that dream go. But anyway, this is it, my zipper sweater. I was really scared about putting in the zipper, and you can see it kind of bugs me. It like bubbles a little bit here. I ended up taking it to a tailor to have the tailor put the zipper in. And she was so funny when she gave it back to me. She's like, "You don't need a zipper. It's loose enough you can get it over your head." And I was like, "But that is not the point. It's a zipper sweater." So I tried to fix it from bubbling, but since that time I've seen a couple other people just around and about wearing a store-bought fleece, and everybody's zipper bubbles there. So I think that's just it's not because it's not put in right. Yeah. So anyways, I love it. It's so cozy. This yarn is just like so comfy. So I have it in maroon, and I might make literally the exact same pattern next year in maroon because it's just great.
Yeah.
That's my zipper sweater, but it is too hot to be wearing it.
It's really functional in the right weather.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I wore it a couple times. Like I went for a, walk.
I saw a picture of you in a field of flowers.
Yeah. I went with a friend to the Tulip Festival. And yeah, took pictures for my Ravelry page with
It's
this
perfect.
guy. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a nice transitional, I meant it to be like a fleece, so that's what it is. All right, what else do you have?
Okay, not very exciting, but I'll share. This was the hipster hat.
Nice.
For Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stretching it out because you get a better sense. Sorry, camera, I can't tell what I'm doing. You get a better sense of the pattern when it's stretched out. Yeah. So Mark wanted a brown hat. I have brown yarn, and that's been done for a really long time now. We just haven't podcasted.
Yeah.
Trying to remember, that was Sugar Plum Circus sport weight yarn.
Mm-hmm. Did he get a chance to wear it while it was still cool enough?
Yeah, he's worn it a couple of times. He said it's comfortable. Oh, you know what? I'll put him on blast. He thinks the acrylic hats that he buys from the stores are more comfortable than the wool hats that I make him.
I'm sorry, what?
No. And so when I was showing him this yarn, I said, see, this is merino. It's pretty soft. And he thought it was soft. And he likes it and he thinks it's comfortable. He still thinks the acrylic hats are more comfortable.
Wow.
But I have another yarn that's even softer. So maybe one day I'll knit him a hat with that yarn.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to send you my leftover Berroco Pirouette and see if he wants a hat out of that because it's soft.
I mean, trial and error.
Does he want a boucle hat though? I don't know.
Probably not.
Okay, my next FOs, I have kind of a sock parade. Okay. As I said, a lot of these were started before, but the last I kind of went through in April, like I wasn't knitting very much. I was just like super busy and work and tired and stuff. But so I had a lot of like half finished things. So the last couple weeks I've been like, okay, try and finish some stuff. So what was started before, these are my Felici Beyond the Wall socks. I think in our last episode I had started them and I had like an orange that I had in the middle of the night. And I thought it was pink and it wasn't and I didn't like it. So took that out and started again. So these are those are done.
Finish.
Then I have had these going forever. These are the Little Dots socks by Summer Lee.
Those are so cute.
And I just finished these a couple days ago. I actually blocked them. I never block socks, but just to make the color work look good.
How
Um,
how do you feel about color work socks?
I love to wear them. They're really squishy. For winter, they're really nice because they have the 2 layers of fabric. Um, back when I made the Eero socks, I started making them on 9-inch circulars. I do not like 9-inch circulars, but it does make the sides where the blood would be on a magic loop look better.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth it, and I've kind of gotten a rhythm. So what I did on these is I did magic loop for the cuff, and then I did, the whole foot with the 9-inch circles, and then I did magic loop for the heel and the toe, obviously. Anyway, so love those.
Yeah.
Probably won't wear those till the winter because again, they're like double thick. These I honestly don't think these even ever got shown on the podcast because I made them last summer, so almost a year ago, and we had like 6 months where we didn't record at all.
Oh, did we?
I think we did, right? I don't know.
Sounds like that.
Maybe I showed these, I don't know, but these are Panda Cotton, which I don't know if that yarn is around anymore, but it's just a 2x2 rib sock. But Panda Cotton it's bamboo and cotton and then some kind of stretchy, I don't know what it is, something that makes it stretchy. So I used to have some like tennis shoe type socks made out of this that had gotten too stretched out, and so I made some new ones.
Nice. And how do those feel knitting up?
It feels fine. Yeah. I mean, I think because it's whatever is in it that makes it stretchy, and I forgot to bring the ball band over, that it has a lot of bounce because of that. I don't know if it's what it is that makes it stretchy, but yeah. They do stretch out more. They definitely like lose their shape faster than wool socks do. But anyway. And then these two are new. So I had a pair of socks that I really liked that I had made. They were like a maroon color, and I used to wear them all the time. And they just got a little bit felted over time with washing, and I still could get them on my foot, but it just wasn't very comfortable. So I had some maroon yarn hanging around, and I just decided to make the exact same pattern again. So this is the Clark socks by Jaclyn Salem. And it's almost an exact replica of the ones I had before, just not felted.
Yeah, I love those.
2 of those. The pattern does have a cable. I don't know how well you can see because I'm getting some glare, but there's a cable on the back. The pattern actually has a short row heel. I did a heel flap and gusset, but I continued the cable down the heel flap and gusset.
I like that.
So those are done. They fit a lot better than the old ones, so now I can start wearing those again. And last but not least, so this pattern, longtime knitters might know this pattern. This pattern was published in an Interweave Knits magazine in like 2008 or 7 or something like that. It's called Roza's Socks, and it'll be in the description box, but Roza with a Z. And it's by, I forget what her actual name is, but she had a blog. She went by Grumperina on her blog. And so it's this really cool rib sock pattern that has, it's 3x3 rib, but the middle stitch of the purl is a brioche stitch.
Oh, interesting. The middle stitch. Oh, wow.
And so I had made several pairs of these because they're really good to make for gifts because the brioche stitch makes it so stretchy. And I had made a bunch of pairs of these as gifts like way back when the pattern was originally published. And just recently I was like, I haven't made any of those in a long time. So, and this yarn, I should have said this yarn is Sweet Sparrow Knits, whatever the sparkle base is. And this is also, I think, Sweet Sparrow yarns, and I forget what color it is, but anyway, yeah, so I made 2 of those. And it was just kind of fun, something different than a regular rib.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks really neat. You wouldn't think just changing that one stitch to a brioche stitch would make that big of a difference for how it looks, but
Yeah, I like the look of it. And
so
so you can see that when you have them on, because it stretches, yeah.
yeah, because it stretches.
Cool.
So my mom has a pair of these that I made in black, and I saw her wearing them recently. So that's my sock parade.
Yay!
Do you have any other FOs, or should I show my blanket?
No more FOs. I don't know why I felt like singing, but no more FOs.
All right, well. So this weighs like 2 kilograms.
Whoa!
It is
seeing photos, and it's another just seeing the whole thing.
When it's all folded up like this, it's actually almost more impressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a minute, I'll look up the actual stats. I don't remember anymore exactly what the stats are, but let me see if I can stand far enough back to show most of it.
Wow.
So it's like 7 feet tall. This part that you're seeing right now is the winter. And then
that is
the spring and summer last year.
Wow. That is so impressive.
See how this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yay.
What an accomplishment.
So for anybody who's new, this is the granny stripe pattern by Addict24, which is available on her blog. I did 1 stripe a day, and I had a color for every 10-degree increments. A lot of people say to do smaller increments to make like the gradient more gradiated. Is that the way to say that? But for me, it was really easy to remember because I just knew like the 50s are this like yellow green color. So yeah, I was getting tired of it, and then when I wasn't making it anymore, I still feel like I need to like check the temperature every day. Then I'm like, oh, and then I did put on just a little tiny kind of single crochet and chain.
Wow. I can't believe it. Yeah.
No,
I love it. You used it. Do you put it on? You put it on your. What do you? Yeah.
I haven't. It's literally just been folded up since I finished it. My goal is, so right now, maybe this summer when I take my comforter off my bed because it's too warm, I might use this. But once it's all spread out, it's just like a single layer blanket.
Yeah.
Or kind of when I, right now I don't have a bed in my guest room, but if I get a bed for that room, I was thinking it would be nice to put that on there. So yeah, there was almost like a tragedy at the very end because the app I use for the temperature had an error, and it didn't seem right to me at the time. It was like everything was like 50 degrees, and then it said that it had been 40, but I knew it wasn't 40. It was like a warm day. So I put in that, and then I just kept thinking, this can't be right. This can't be right. So I went and like cross-checked with multiple other apps to see. And they all agreed that it had actually been 60 that day. So I fixed it, and then I felt much better. I was like, after all this time, there cannot be an error in the
end.
Let me look up the stats real quick because it is kind of interesting just how much yarn it used. So all of the yarn is Knit Picks Stroll. And I used a 3mm crochet hook. That's not the right blanket. Just a minute. Okay, here it is. And it goes from April 22nd, 2022 to April 21st, 2023 are the dates. So it used 8,902 meters of yarn. And I think it doesn't add up on Ravelry, but I think it was about 2 kilograms. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So there it is, a year of crocheting.
Year of crochet.
The summer part is still my favorite color-wise.
Yeah. It
But
looks like the ocean depth.
mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do also
The
like
other part is the grass. It's the shore and the
yeah,
grass. And yeah.
and that was our 20-degree cold snap. So, yeah,
Yeah.
there it is. Okay, what have you been working on?
Okay. I have 2 whips and one is an update. Oh my God, the camera situation is really hard for me. This way.
How I was gonna say you're almost done. What still isn't
Which
done on there?
way do I need to hold this?
It looks awesome. I don't even see what's not done.
Okay, I'm struggling with the camera thing. This way. Okay. Um, I love this. Which way does this go? This is the Helia sweater, right?
Mhm.
By Joanna Ng. Um, and the body's done. A full sleeve is done.
Mhm.
See the cable.
Ugh, just I love that. I
This
just makes
sleeve
me
is
wanna do a
so
lot more cable.
amazing. This
Yeah.
sleeve is so good.
Mhm.
So, so good. And this is what's not done.
Oh, okay. You could have worn that with, like, the jacket over it, and we would never have known that it wasn't it.
But then you missed the best part. This beautiful sleeve.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
It's so delicious. So yeah, it has the cabled sleeve. It has those twisted stitches that I love. A folded neckline. And
A split hem, right?
the split
Mhm.
hem.
Yeah. All that twisted rib.
All that twisted rib. The whole sleeve. And then cables. The sleeve is fun.
Mhm.
You know, I haven't been actively knitting. Like I took a huge break and then I finally picked this back up. And I think I'll be able to wear it in the evenings. I want to finish it soon because I'm going to Washington.
Oh.
I'm going to be on one of the islands for a retreat
Oh, nice.
out that way. And it's still kind of chilly there, particularly at night. And so
Mhm.
I would love to finish this and actually get to wear it and legit wear it. And then you have to take the ferry too. So
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh,
we're
but
the
that's so fun. I
ferry.
love the furry. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, is there anything else I should share about this? I mean, if people haven't watched, what's the yarn? Sorry, y'all. It's been a while. So it's
I know. And we just got home from work too, so we're like,
yeah,
"Okay." Yeah.
so we didn't mention, but it's a Wednesday evening.
Yeah.
um, this was knit with Fisha Bush
Mhm.
mohair and Isayer,
Mhm. Tweed,
um,
right?
Irish tweed. So I'll put it closer. You can see.
Mhm. Yeah, it's nice and it's got a lot of depth to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and I can't tell you the needle size right now. I can't remember. I think it's a 6 or a 7.
Are you doing the sleeve on a magic loop or a 9-inch?
Oh,
Or
I'm doing it on a shorty.
okay.
It's the Chiago. I don't know remember
Mhm.
which combo I'm using. I think I have the longer needle on the right.
Okay.
Oh, they're both the same length.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How is that with the cabling? Are you using a cable needle?
I'm using a cable needle. Yeah. And it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
There are some cables that require 2 cable needles too.
Oh yeah, those are yeah. um, I really do not like using a cable needle, but when you get multiple things crossing, you really need one. Yeah.
I'm losing my light. I was trying to get this.
Okay.
What else do you have?
Well, I have another FO that is going to lead its way into a whip.
Okay.
So I finished the port sweater, which I had been making last time we recorded. But it came out much bigger than I expected. So it's meant to be oversized. It's like a drop shoulder sweater that has this like rib detail at the drop shoulder by Ozetta. And I picked, it came out a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to come out, but I also think I just picked too big of a size. So when I put it on, the sleeves are way too long. So I was like, well, I could just pull the sleeves back and make the sleeves shorter. But when I looked at pictures of other people's FOs, like where the drop shoulder hits me is much farther down on my arm than how most people in their FO pictures were. So I was like, I wasn't sure what to do. So I just left it and I was like, I might actually end up just giving it away because the yarn wasn't really that expensive. And I just started making another one.
Are you serious?
In a smaller size.
Wow.
It's a really easy knit because it's mostly, once you get past shaping the top part and the sleeves, it's just stockinette. Right now I'm on the rib. So it's a nice, just like TV watching type knit, but I had enough yarn. I think this took, I want to say this took like 5.5 or something balls of the Knit Picks upcycle. And so I had 4.5 balls left and I'm making a smaller size. So I thought I have enough yarn to do it.
Wow.
So, anyway, so I'm making port number 2 and I feel like this is a good experiment because then I'll see if I like how this one fits or if maybe drop shoulder is just like not the right shape for me. I don't like how drop shoulders fit in general, or if I just need to find the right, how wide does the body need to be to make the sleeves fit right. So we'll see. I've kind of slowed down on this because it's gotten warmer, but I pick it up from time to time. So that's my
commitment.
Yeah. And we were texting
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we were texting the other day about how I knit things twice.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, you'll have a verdict about the drop shoulder. So that connects to what my last whip is, what we were texting about, because I was texting Heather telling her that I think I'm going to start this project all over again. I'm not going to start the project all over again. I don't know what I was thinking. So the setup here, well, I don't know. There is no setup. I'm going to show you all what I'm making and then tell you about it.
I would never have guessed what this was going to be if you hadn't told me.
Should I show? There's a whole stack here, but I'll show some. Yeah. So the ones on the top are, so this is it's not true to color. My lighting's a little bit off now, but whatever.
I love the color combo though. Is that an orange or more of a red?
So this one's a more of a orangey red, but then this is kind of a caramely, rusty. So I have so you can see the comparison here between these two. You see that?
Okay.
And now they're falling.
Yeah.
So basically it's kind of like these 3 colors
Mhm.
And then, the light gray, uh, cream, and then
Mhm.
charcoal.
Are those intarsia or is it like a modular
It's
knit?
stranded.
Oh, it's stranded. Okay.
It's stranded.
Mhm.
So then here's I have a separate stack here because I'm considering not using these colors.
Mm.
So basically these are the ones with teal.
Mhm.
And it goes, but like I had an original vision, but I was like, I want to use yarn from my stash.
Mhm.
Right. And so I was trying to use basically my Shetland, Jameson Smith, and there's some Knit Picks palette. And then this is leftover from Cumbria fingering.
Mhm.
What's that company? Fiberco.
Fair company, yeah.
And then when I first started, I made this one too.
Mhm.
It's a purplish, but I'm
Mhm.
probably not going to use it. So my dilemma was, and y'all still don't know what it is. I'll tell you in a moment.
Is everyone guessing? I hope you're guessing.
I, some people might love the fact that I do this guessing thing and whatever. Um, so my dilemma was that I I need to stop being in denial. I have to make 36 of these. And I think this is like 11, and then with these it's 17, but 16 minus the purple. And so I could figure it out with stash, but it's not going to really be my vision because I this
Mhm.
is kind of like a tigery type of vibe, right? Like I don't know how to describe
I
it.
mean, I like the blue. The only one I didn't like from that blue stack is the one that had the blue and the orange because I think there wasn't enough contrast.
Which one?
That one I don't like as well because I think it doesn't have enough contrast, but the others, like I like that one. I like that one.
So I
Yeah.
think what I'm gonna do. Well, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna, cause I gotta make 36 of these. But anyway, here's what I ended up doing. Um, I bought yarn.
I mean, that's fine. Sometimes you gotta buy yarn.
I was trying not to buy yarn, but the thing is, I have a vision and I know what I want. So I bought a lot more of this because
Mhm.
I want to do okay. So now I got to tell you what it is. This is a test knit. It's the heirloom quilt cardigan, and I have a picture. It's a test knit. It's by Katrine Seeberger, and you're holding fingering double. I think most people are doing like merino or like superwash, and so I was starting to second guess my decision to use this um more rustic
Mhm.
yarn, but I don't know. I like it.
I think, yeah, it's good for color work too. It's gonna look really blend together nicely once you block it and everything.
And here's what the original looks like. I don't know if you all can see that.
Mhm.
That's the back of it. But there are a couple of different sizes, and the size I'm making requires it's 5 by 4 on the back, whereas this is 5 by 3. So
Mhm.
that's why anyway, I gotta make more. And so I know, like, I was going to try, I had this and I was like, these colors, it's just not gonna be what I want. So I want my button band and my sleeves to be this color.
Mhm. Are the sleeves also patchwork or are they a single color?
They're a single
Okay.
color. And the design, they're two different colors.
Okay.
And I thought I had yarn I could use for that, but it turned out one of the colors just clashed. I think it clashed too much. So I got that, and now and the other colors that I already have. So
Mhm.
I can't do this camera thing.
Right.
Oh my God. Right.
Yeah.
Um and this cream I was already doing. And then I still have plenty of that gray. And I'm introducing, because this is, now I'm really living my vision. I'm introducing, so I'm going to have three shades of gray.
Well, you had asked me if I had any gray scraps. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't think
originally
I would have had enough to do.
Originally, I was just trying to use what I had in it. And then once I was like, because I ran out of these colors already. And I was like, I got to make 36. And the other colors I had that I was considering was going to clash. So I was like, I'm going to get that. And then once I decided that, I was like, I'm going to just do what I actually want to do.
Right. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Are they knit flat?
They're knit flat. Yeah. So they're knit flat. And this, I said that already. It's fingering held double. And I went down a needle size because I was trying to get gauge. But I still didn't, and she's fine. It's actually varied. So she's kind of just been like, as long as you're fine with what the final measurements are going to be based on what the blocks are coming out to be. But in red, so one of my other issues, and this is one of the other reasons why I was thinking of, well, I don't know. One of the reasons I was thinking of ripping out is because I actually wish I had used the bigger needle size. And that was the first needle size I used, even though it was bigger than the size. I think I liked the fabric more. Because this fabric feels kind of dense. And so that was another reason why I was considering.
Well, it'll be more jacket-like than sweater-like.
Exactly. And I think it'll make a good jacket. I think it has jacket aesthetic. So that's
So are they joined by like seaming, or are they joined through some kind of knitting
I'm
technique?
gonna have to weave in these ends. I'm gonna have to seam them together. But when I saw her first post this, I was like, I gotta have that carpet. Oh, and I'm just realizing this yellow is not the same as the yellow I was using. This is Knit Picks palette.
I think I have that color of Jameson's yellow in my whatever that Ola yoke.
Really?
Kit. Yeah.
So I'll decide, because I'm actually iffy on the yellow, how much I like the yellow or the mustard. But now I have a little bit more room to play because I have more yarn.
And you can just like make a bunch of squares, and like once you lay it out, if you have extra, you can project the ones that you don't like. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm fine with that. So this is where I'm becoming a little bit more like, oh, about the process. I'm playing with it. And this is actually the other reason with the bigger needles, because I realized I think I was having some pain, so I stopped knitting for this. And I told Heather, I was like, I don't know how much I'm gonna be knitting. Like I was like really in a lot of pain, and I'm also having to be aware of my body and tension and stuff like that. So I've been mindful of that. And so I was trying to figure out another factor that came to mind is that is the needle size that I'm using with this yarn. That was something else I figured out might have been causing me to cramp up and ache. And then the other thing that I addressed already was purling. Oh God, what's the purl I'm doing?
Right. You started combination purling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. The video I saw was called, I don't know if it was something.
Yeah.
It was some country.
Yeah.
I think it was Russian, but I don't know. But I changed the way I purl. And I can do it flat. I don't know if you can do it in the round, but because if I hold my finger up, I'm tense. And I tend to do that when I purl. I hold my fingers close when I knit. And so this other way of purling allows me to hold my fingers close. And then when I'm on the right side knitting, I just knit through the back loop.
And that's how I purl when I'm knitting stockinette flat also. Yeah.
which I'm
And
glad I now know about doing that.
and you know who else pearls like that? Grumperina, speaking of. Because I remember because I was taught to knit by my grandmother, who had learned from my great grandmother who was German. So it's like a European thing, I think, to purl that way. And I had never known any different, but I had never met anyone who had done it. And I remember Grumperina had a blog post about how she purled that way. And I was like, oh, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went searching for other ways and I was like, this one, I can manage this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. I find it's also for me, it's also faster. It maybe because you're not moving your finger as much or something, but I find it faster. Which not like we have to knit fast, but I do find that it's faster. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, what else am I working on? I've got a couple other things. Sorry, I gotta lean over. I've really kind of been into just like easy comfort knits lately. So I've got a couple pairs of socks. This one is a dark color. I don't know if we'll be able to see it very well, but these are from the Hello Sailor sock set by Summer Lee. So it's kind of like a broken rib type situation. So I have 2 cuffs of those basically. So these are getting ahead on some holiday gift knitting. So I've got those. I started a pair of stockinette socks. So I've got those. Oh gosh, I was in like the most boring meeting at work the other day that was on Google Meets, and I was like really wishing I had some socks at work, which I never normally would have time to do. But then that night I cast these on because I was like, I gotta
Yeah, be prepared next time.
be prepared next time. And then I started a half and half, another half and half wrap.
What?
Which I don't know why, because I don't really wear the other one that much. Like I love the colors of it, and I do wear it around the house sometimes as like more of a shawl. But I think the problem with that one and why I don't wear it as like out and about is that I knit it at slightly too tight of a gauge. It actually is the gauge the pattern calls for, but I find it just like not quite droopy enough for how I would like a scarf. Which is unusual because I do like a firm garter stitch gauge. But I cast this one on using the same needle size, but the old one I think I did on wood. And this is carbons, which are a little bit slicker. And it is coming out, just based on how much yarn I've used, it's coming out slightly bigger. So the linen quill turmeric, which I want to get more of this and make a sweater out of it, because isn't that the best color?
That is gorgeous.
And then this other color is peony pink. So I just started the peony pink.
Nice. I like those 2 together.
So yeah, I really like this color combo. Like I said, I love the turmeric. I might get more of it to try to make some kind of top out of eventually, but that's so, it's just garter stitch going and going and going.
You said that's the large size?
Yeah. And I would say, because the other one is the large size also, and it's definitely not small, but I find if you wear it, with the point in front and wrapped around, which is how I like to wear it if I'm like wearing it under a coat, it's like almost not big enough. But that's because I think maybe my gauge should have been looser. So this one I think is good.
Okay.
But I just enjoy knitting it. So I'm like, whatever. If I don't wear it all the time, who cares?
Yeah.
A lap blanket.
Exactly.
And then I do have the body of a sweater that I'm knitting for a friend that's finished, but it's blocking right now. And I had to pretty aggressively block it to make it the right size. And I blocked it when I finished the body before I put on the sleeves and the button band, because I was worried it wasn't going to fit. It is going to fit, I think, but I don't want to pick it up off the blocking mats until it dries, because I don't want it to change size. So I'll show that next time. And then this is my last thing. Do you have anything else?
I don't.
Okay. So I've been wanting to make a summer top because it's getting to be summer. And a local yarn store here was having a sale, and they was like the sale was like in person one day and online the next day, and I missed the in person one. So I went on the online sale, and they had this yarn, which is Senesgarn Ticklina,
Mm.
and in this color, and I was like obsessed with it. I was like, I need something for summer in that. It's called Jelly Bean Green, I think. But it was actually sold out. So then I found it from somewhere else online.
Mm-hmm.
I had to have it. So I am knitting the Deshane by Leela Raven.
Oh yeah, that's in my favorites. Isn't that worsted weight?
It is. It's like an Aran. So there's two versions. There's actually I think three versions of it. There's a thin, which is like fingering. There's a
Uh,
regular linen, which is a DK, and this is more of like a worsted or Aran.
cool.
And it's made of cotton. It's actually not much linen. It's cotton, viscose, and linen. But
Mm-hmm.
um, so I had actually started making a dechain right before I moved to Portland. I think when I was packing, I had found some yarn that I was like, oh, maybe that could make and I
Yeah.
just like randomly started it one day when I should have been packing. But I didn't end up having enough of that yarn, so I ripped it out and gave the yarn away. So now take two. So this is what I have so far.
Oh,
So it's actually knit. It's in pieces, but it's from the top down. So this is the top.
it's pretty. Yeah, I like
I
that.
didn't gauge swatch or anything. I just cast on the smallest size because it has so much ease. So I'm sure it'll be fine. But
Mm-hmm.
um, the last night I was kind of going and I wanted to keep working on it, but I knew we were recording today and I wanted to show it because for the smallest size, this is where they recommend stopping the patterning and starting like the band, which is only like an inch.
No,
Like,
really?
it's like not even.
What? That's wild.
And I know like I do have a larger bust, so my bust does take up a little bit more space than on some people, but I'm like, I mean, I know it's supposed to be cropped, but that seems
Mm-hmm.
kind of ridiculous. So I think I'm gonna do two more repeats of this lace pattern,
Mm-hmm.
and that should leave it till it comes to my waist, which is what I want. Because I have a couple summer dresses that I think this would look cute over. So,
Yeah.
but it knits up super fast because it's like
Yeah.
year and weight, and this is only like 2-3 days worth of work. So,
Wow.
um,
Yeah, that's a nice one.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I've had the pattern for years. I'm
What
finally.
size needle is that on?
This is a very large needle for me. It's a 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know what that is in millimeters, but US 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about using an 8 because 8 is a size had used for my lentos, which have a similar gauge.
Hmm.
Um, but I just thought that was going to come out too tight for a summer
Mm-hmm.
garment. This yarn is so
Yeah.
thick. Yeah. So
Be eerie that way.
that's it.
Cool.
I felt like I hadn't done anything, but I guess I did do some stuff.
Yeah. I'll share two future knits really quickly. Um, I'm doing another trade,
Oh, okay.
and so I'm gonna start this pattern for that trade. It's a designer I actually had never heard of. Um, so it's a cardigan. The designer is Lene Toasty.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's pretty.
Yeah, it's called the Forest Nymph
Mm-hmm.
cardigan, nymph cardigan. And the person bought the yarn, so I
Mm-hmm.
recreated the fade. So we have the
Yeah.
black, and then I'm not taking this out of the
Yeah.
quilt, the black,
Nice.
but so that's fun because I've been wanting color work.
Mm-hmm.
And the trade's really good. I'm not going to reveal what it is yet. But yeah, and I was telling them that it gives me a chance to knit things that I wouldn't necessarily knit for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And the trade is really worth it. So
Yeah.
I love the trade's really worth it. And then Monday I'd seen a post, and I haven't been on IG much, but I went on, this was Monday, and like right away I saw this post. I'm pulling it up for a new design, and they only posted the back, and I was like, that's my cardigan. Like I saw it and I was like, that's my cardigan. But I was like, they didn't reveal it until Wednesday.
I think I know what.
Today,
Is
and,
it? Sorry, go
and
ahead.
I was like, I gotta see the front, and I saw the
Mhm.
front, and I was like, that's my cardigan.
Mhm.
What is it?
Is that New Brooklyn tweed
It's
one?
the new Brooklyn
Yeah,
tweet.
I favorited that one right away too.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that is my cardigan. I feel bad because I want to make it in black, but I feel like this would look so good in so many different
Mm-hmm.
colors. And so it's weird because I haven't even made it yet, and I'm like, could I make it in multiple colors?
Mm-hmm.
So you all look at this because the details on this, it's just
Mm-hmm.
so good. Both of these are not summer knits, but I'm likely using black yarn for that cardigan, and then the other cardigan is black, so it's a good time to knit
Yeah.
black stuff.
Yeah,
So
exactly, because it's late, so you can, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see that. I was thinking about that. I have a different sort of like brioche cardigan that I want to make that I already have the yarn for, but then I might have to
yeah,
make
that
it.
one is so good. I saw it, I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that's so good.
Are you
Um,
gonna do it in shelter?
I'm not gonna do it in shelter. I made a and see, I could have ripped that one out because my what was that cardigan I made by Goodwin Johnson? It doesn't fit me
Yeah.
anymore. At least my arms. It's too tight on my
The
arm.
one with like kind of the wavy button band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah.
So I'm like, if I end up wanting a second one,
Mhm.
I could rip that one out and use that. But I haven't decided. I'm considering. I haven't decided. I was looking at Durum Natura,
Mhm.
Gilead.
Mhm.
They're worsted potentially, and then I was like, if I go budget, basically I was trying to see what our local yarn stores had.
Mhm.
If I go budget, there's the Berroco Lanas.
Mhm.
If I'm just going for a black cardigan, it
Mhm.
doesn't need to be. But I don't know because merino doesn't that pill easily?
I mean, depends on the spin, but if you want more of a woolen spun, which is what shelter is, probably
Oh,
would. Did I
you
freak?
froze. What did you say?
I was gonna say it depends if it's a tight twist, tight spin, it probably would doesn't pill as bad, but it shelter is more of a woolen spun, so you probably want a yarn that's more similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think the Rerum Natura would
mhm.
work for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Cool. I don't have too many plans. I'm gonna finish the chain, and then I've got a couple other things I want to knit for friends, and then a couple other summer tops.
Mhm.
But we'll see if I'll if I'll get to
Yeah.
those or not. It's like,
And I
yeah.
want to get a summer top on the needles. There's one that's been in my favorites that's like leaves or it's like I don't remember the name of it. And some socks. I want to do toe up because
Mhm.
I want to use unless I mean that just seems like the best way for me to do it to use up the all of the yarn.
Mhm.
Um, so I've been looking for a good toe up pattern.
Yeah. That Pebbles and Pathways, which I was just thinking I want to make another pair of those, but
Mm.
the pattern is toe up. I switched it and I did it top down,
Oh
but that
yeah.
pattern is toe up.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I consider that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's my color shifting yarn that
Mhm.
oh I can't remember the name of that
Yeah.
yarn that I took out a while ago but still haven't cast it on.
Yeah, I saw somebody, I don't know where I saw this on like Instagram or YouTube somewhere. Someone was doing like picking like 1,000 grams of stock yarn and trying to work through it this year or something. So I
Mm,
actually did that. I got out just some different stuff and put it in a basket. Right now it's just looking pretty in a basket. But I'm
yeah,
like, maybe I'll try to work through that and try out
yeah,
some patterns I've had in my queue that I've never made. So I don't know. We'll see.
yeah. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
All
Um,
right. Anything else?
I there's hope for my this leaf is not looking
Oh,
good. but there's a little thing right here that I actually think it might be growing another leaf. So
Yay!
it's been a long journey.
Yay!
My
Thanks
post
for updating us. I love that pot too.
Trader Joe's. Yeah. And it's been repotted like 3 times because I had it in a glass and then I had it in a different pot. Then I had to move that pot out to the balcony when I to put some balcony flowers in it. So I moved it here just last week, but it's trying. So I'm hopeful.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Anything else going on, or?
I don't think so. Oh, one other thing that might be of interest to the knitters out there. We have an art and talent show at my school coming up soon, and our art teacher was asking people who do various art and craft things to put in staff submissions. So I'm going to put in, it's not like a contest, but I'm going to bring my 2 versions of Twigs because I was like, what can I put in that seems like impressive and like art? So I'll report back on what the kids say about that.
Wonderful. Yay. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for coming by. We always love your comments, and we'll see you when we see you.
And let us know what you've been working on. It's been a while.
Yes, let us know what you've been working on. And I would love to know any summer top patterns that you recommend.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Bye everyone.
Bye.